G'day and welcome to A Down Under Yarn. I'm your host Fiona, also known as Fibres. Today is Thursday the 3rd of April 2014. Really hard to believe it's April already. The year seems to be flying by, but that's just how it is. It happens every year, and I say it every year I think, and it still happens, so there you go. This is episode number 65 of A Down Under Yarn. I think I said I'm your host Fiona, also known as Fibres. I've actually got my Twitter shirt on. Today is 7 years since I joined Twitter. So yeah, I've been on Twitter a while, and I figured I'd wear my Twitter shirt. I'm known as Fibres almost everywhere, so if you find someone called Fibres, it's probably me. I'm also the dyer behind Flair Fibres, so there'll be a little update at the end about that. Week that was, it's been an interesting week. We had our performances for Red Pavilion last Saturday and Sunday night, which was fantastic. They went really, really, really well. We had a full house on Saturday night. Sunday night wasn't as busy, but it was still great to be able to get messages out to people, and people seemed to really enjoy what we were doing. What else? I can't think what else has happened. My mind's a bit of a blur. I've been having some medical issues, and I'm going back to the doctor next week to see if we can try and sort some things out. So hopefully we can. I've been trying to get end of month books up to date and things like that. I need to get back to that, but I wanted to get this podcast out. So hopefully, I don't think it'll be that long, but still, there you go. What else? I think it's probably all that there is to mention. I've had other things on. I've had meetings. I've had something on. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, can't have been that important. So, on to the knitting. Finished objects. I have finished objects. I finished my second pig, which I had the first pig last week, and the second pig was started. That has been finished, which is great, and that was one. The pig was Priscilla the Persnickety pig, which was a patterned, I think that's Ninja trying to get out. Ninja just got out of the door. It's a pattern by Jenna Krupa, who is Retro Lemon, and they were for raffle prizes at our Red Pavilion performances on the weekend. On Saturday night, when we had our full house, there were 12 prizes, including bottles of wine, vouchers for beauty treatments, the pole dancing vouchers, all sorts of things there. And the idea was whoever name was drawn first got to choose first, and the person who was drawn first chose the pig. And the second night it also went the first time, and it was really funny because it was won by a very good friend of mine who said to me beforehand, she says, how much will it cost to get you to knit me one, because they're just wonderful. And I said, look, I'm sure we can work something out. And I was going to knit her one anyway because she's just a lovely person, but she won, so that was just so exciting. So that's finished. There's finished object photo somewhere, which I might slip in here if I remember, but I may not remember. The second thing to be finished are my skew socks. I have 2 skews. I haven't woven in the ends yet though. So here they are. I knit these out of Nicole C. Mendez, her 6-ply sock wool, which is a 75-25 I believe in sport weight. Yeah, excuse me. Ninja. Right, sit. Right, that's why you were inside. I'm sorry if you had earbuds in just then. Anyway, knit out of 6-ply. I used 2.75mm needles. It called for 2.25s. I thought it was going to give enough extra, but they actually don't go over my ankles. I tried them on Imogen. They don't go over her ankles either, or over her instep. And she's got, I suppose she's got big feet because she's quite a tall person. So I think they might end up being Cinderella socks at the Knitpocalypse. I really, really enjoyed doing them. And the second sock I actually did in 1.5 days. So even though they are quite long, I have a size 10.5 foot. And I suspect I may have made them a bit too long for me anyway. So we'll see. They'll fit someone. They match up almost perfectly, even if I had to do a bit of jigging in the leg. I'm not sure what happened there, but hey, they're working. They seem to come out virtually the same. So that's those. They were entered into the knit along that Bunnyfish Crafts was having in her podcast. I got them finished just in time, and of course my March self-striping entry in the Stockinette Zombies. So that's that. Works in progress. I can show you the mystery knit along for Josh of Geometrix Designs and Sort of a Knitter podcast. Now I think I'd almost finished clue 3 last time I recorded. I just had a little bit to do there. I have now done half of clue 4, which is this wedge over here. This is getting so hard to see because it is huge. I'm knitting this out of my Wala base, which is a light worsted weight. The pattern itself called for fingering weight. I decided I wanted something big. I'm getting something big by using this yarn. So the 3 colours I'm using, colour A is The Eyes Have It, which is a really rich blue. Colour B is Burning Orange, which I really love the way it especially, and you can see that down here in the short rows, has quite a bit of tonal qualities to it, the way the orange and the yellow play, because I blend most of my non-primary colours. Even my blue here is a blend of different blues, and my yellow is 3 different yellows. This is Wattle, which is a newer colourway. So I have to do this, mirror this short row section on the other side, and then there is a border. And as you can see, there are still a gazillion ends to weave in. So there's that to do. I hope to have this finished for next week though. Really, really loving it. It's a fantastic pattern. I really like Josh's patterns. This one, I mean, we joke around and say that they involve, you know, short rows and slip stitches and all sorts of different techniques, but they are different techniques, and there is something different and unusual in most of them, and this one is no exception. So really have enjoyed it, and I have a huge announcement to make at the end of the show about something very exciting coming up, which does involve Josh, who is sort of a knitter. So, the other work in progress I can't show you. I'm doing a test knit for someone. I'm using my Anya base, which is merino cashmere nylon fingering weight in the lavender colourway. It's probably a bit lighter than what is showing up here. It's almost a purpley pink, and it's also for the pink swap I'm involved with in the Australian Knitters group. So I wouldn't be showing you the probably wouldn't be showing you the work in progress anyway, but it is a test knit for someone, and I'm really, really liking it. It's something you've got to concentrate on, but the end result is turning out really, really nicely. I was going to bring out my low tide cardigan, but basically I would have shown you. I think I've done about another inch on that. I do have to measure it. I worked on it, Imogen had a netball game last night. I worked on it then, and I worked on it at another meeting yesterday afternoon. So I got at least another inch done yesterday. I think I'm down to about 9 or 10 inches out of 14. That's just rough estimate. So I can see the end is nigh on it. I just need to get in there and do it. I didn't do administrati. I went straight into knitting, but we are doing our Knit a Hug, Knit Along this month. It's continuing, and I really want to cast a hug on for that. But I've got all these other things I want to finish as well. So we'll just see how we go. I think if I cast that on in the next week, I should be able to get it done by the end of the month, ready to gift to a friend for whom Mother's Day is going to be a challenge. That's the idea behind the Knit a Hug, Knit Along, is to give a present to someone for whom Mother's Day will be a challenge. So there's more information in the Down Under Yarn board, and I've realised last week I didn't have a prize thread up, so the prize thread is up. If you've finished something that is a hug for someone for Mother's Day or leading up to Mother's Day, by all means go and enter it, and also you can enter Premi hats in there because they are hugs as well. What else have I got? I've got my acquisitions here. So I was so excited to get my Into the World shipment this week. This is the March 2014 shipment, and I think it arrived on Monday, which Ninja was the last day of March, which is really, really quick. I've got some things on the way to America that seem to be taking forever. Postage this way at the moment doesn't seem to be taking forever. So it is what it is. Anyway, when I saw the photo for this and I saw the preview photo, I thought, oh yeah, that's nice. It's nice, but it didn't, blow my socks off. Then I received it and, oh wow. I mean, so you can't even get the, I'm trying to work out, it's Superwash Merino. There we go. There you go. You can see some of the colours in there. It is absolutely amazing. It's called What's This, and it's the last of the Tim Burton inspired colourways. Really looking forward to spinning this. I think you'll get some amazing blending of colours because there is just so much happening in there. So really, really looking forward to that. I'm trying to help the dog up here because I know she's going to go off and bark. So she's sort of, I'm trying to stroke her tummy with my foot and she's quite enjoying that. And it's sort of that, do I go and look and see what's happening or not? Now, this is a really short episode, isn't it? Oh, look, I could rabbit on about all sorts of stuff, but I won't bother. School holidays start this week, so she's trying to bite my foot now. She thinks this is a big game. Still not fully decided when the kids are going to visit their father, which is a bit of a worry, but it is what it is. And, yeah, they get 2 weeks off school starting tomorrow. So they've been getting exam results back and things from this term. And let's just say results are mixed. What else was there? I've got this huge announcement, and I think I wanted to get through everything because I've got the announcement. So I might as well get on to the announcement. There won't be a shop. There will be an update tomorrow morning, which is Friday, at 9:30, which is the normal time. It might be a bit later. It depends. I've got Fibrecrafters meeting at 9 o'clock, so it depends if I can sort of try and put the update on in the middle of that. And we don't have daylight saving here, so my updates don't change time throughout the year. Anyway, for me anyway, they don't change time. So tomorrow what will be going up will be some pre-order slots of an exceptionally exciting venture, I suppose. I was speaking with Josh, who is sort of a knitter from Geometrix Designs, late last year. And Josh does he's done a couple of mystery knit-alongs, and I'm doing his mystery knit-along at the moment. And we were talking about the mystery knit-along he's doing at the moment is, I'm using it as part of the Stocknet Zombies retreat that's coming up, the Zombie Knit Apocalypse, as a knit-along for that. And we were talking, and I said, oh, what we need is a knit-along at the end of the retreat so we can go away and keep going. And Josh went, and I went, sort of. So we are having a post-knit apocalyptic knit-along. And I am dyeing up some colourways for it. And tomorrow I will be putting those in the shop. Now, there are 2 options. If you are going to the Zombie Knit Apocalypse retreat and would like to collect a kit there, then you will not have to pay postage. And if you pre-order, it will be in the shop. I will bring them over and deliver them to you probably on the Thursday or Friday. If you are not going to the Zombie Knit Apocalypse and you'd like to knit along and you'd like to use my yarn and use the kit that I will be selling, I will be posting them out in about a month. So they will be on the Apollo base, which is BFL nylon. I've seen the shawl that Josh has designed and it has blown me away. Absolutely blown me away. When I say, Josh's shawls are different, this one is something extraordinary. It's almost enough to say, think Stephen West on crack. It's that different. But it is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, I am putting up the colourways. Now, I'm not just putting up photos of yarn. I'm putting up the inspiration photos. So, you will see the photos, and that is what the yarn will be dyed to represent the photo. So I'm going to put some of them in here. If I didn't think about this much beforehand, which I should have. Sorry about that, just leaning over. It's just been so exciting. So for instance, the first photo, I'm just referencing them here before, I am going to put them in here. Okay, so the first photo we have here is, it's almost steampunky, isn't it? You can see there it's sort of a steely blue with golds and oranges and reds and silver and bronze and all that sort of colour. So if you're thinking sort of steampunky sort of colours, this may be the one for you. The next photo, it's a pretty photo, isn't it? It's got different elements in it. It's got the pinks and the reds and the sort of the salmony colours. There's black, there's white. So there'll be 3 colours based from this photo that will work together. And they're 3 colours that I know will work together. This photo is one of my favourites. It is a local photo to me. It's a photo in the rainforest. I didn't actually take this photo, but I found it. So if you're thinking rainforest colours of greens and browns, and if that is something that appeals to you, you may want to choose this colourway. I don't know if I can have favourites in all of these, but this is probably one of those that I went, ooh. This, of course, you can see it's got purple, it's got orange, it's got yellow. So again, that sort of thing working together. And the purples there, you can see a variety of purples. So you're going to get that sort of thing. This one here, you can see it's got blue, it's got orange, it's got yellow. And you can probably safely say that if you're looking at the mystery knit along that I'm knitting at the moment, it's going to be in a similar vein to that, possibly with a different blue. This one here, I'm putting up this photo, but I'm also, when I do it, going to put a photo of Josh there, because this is the colourway that Josh chose when he knit the prototype, when he actually designed the shawl. I sent him over the yarn, and this is the colourway that he chose. So if you can look at the colours on here, this is sort of, it was the only photo. I was looking around for photos, and this was the only thing. So it's actually Josh. So if you want to think Josh, and if you want to knit something with what he chose, this would be the colourway for you to go for. And then this one here is something a bit different. I didn't want to pick another florally sort of photo, but I wanted something that showed, you know, pinks and greys and greens. So if you're thinking pinks and greys and greens. Now, the kits will be for sale, and they will be for sale for $70 Australian. That includes the pattern. So I will be giving Josh money for the pattern, and you will be getting 3 skeins of yarn and the pattern. So the pattern will be going to your Ravelry library. So when you do purchase, make sure you give me your Ravelry name so I can pass it on to Josh. The knit along will start on, I think it's either the Saturday or the Sunday of the Knitpocalypse, which is the 22nd, 23rd of June, and go through July. So most of it's over before the Tour de Fleece starts, and then the last couple of clues, which are, I think Josh described them as fun clues, in that they're not challenging as such. You'll be able to do as you spin, apparently. I think that's basically what Josh reckoned. So the kits are up for sale. I will be having some, I will bring some over for the Knitpocalypse in case anyone doesn't pre-order. But if you can pre-order, it will help me with trying to get some more stock in to dye up for the Knitpocalypse. It's really hard when you're a starting business, and because I've had a couple of months now with lots and lots of rain, well, I haven't been able to dye up a lot to put in the shop. And therefore I'm behind on clubs, so I'm not starting up a new club because there's still 2 or 3 shipments of clubs to go out. If people can pre-order, then they're going to get a good deal because they're going to get to pay for it in Australian dollars rather than US dollars. And not that I'm just going to translate my Australian dollars to US dollars when I go to the Knitpocalypse. I haven't quite worked out that yet, what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to just do a currency conversion and then round it type thing. So there is that. So they will be going up, and you'll be ordering via the photos. So I'll number the photos. But I will probably also send you a message and correspond with you to double check which one you want if I'm not clear. So yeah, so that is very, very exciting. Heading up tomorrow into the shop. So yay. I think that's about it. As I say, if you're not going to the Knitpocalypse and you still want to take part in the knit along, that is fine. The post-Knitpocalyptic knit along. The shawl does have a name, but I'm not going to reveal it. I think Josh, I haven't watched his last podcast, so I think he may have actually talked about it there as well. And you can also join in the knit along. Of course, you don't have to use my yarn. You'll be able to buy the pattern separately as well. But I'm just offering you some colour options. And if you're someone who's always had trouble choosing colours, it may be something to do when you know that they're colours that Josh and I have worked on together. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it for today. Next week is Easter at the end of the week. So I will be having an update earlier in the week with the yarn, probably on I'm trying to think Wednesday, I think. I'll do it. If I do it Wednesday, I would have podcast earlier. I'll do Thursday update. People who place an order Thursday morning, I will get it out Thursday afternoon. Otherwise, it will be going out the following Tuesday because the post office closes down for the whole of the Easter weekend. So that's how that will work for next week. Head on over. There's still quite a bit in the shop from last week's update and the week before. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm sorry, I'm going a bit crazy. Anyway, it's 4:30. Almost time for a gin and tonic, I reckon. Almost. So until next week, I'm going to say, uru, cheers, bye.